Aloha Island Ohana. Hope you're having a safe Saturday. It sure has been a wet one on this first alert weather day. First alerts continue into the night over the western end of the state and then pushing towards Maui County through Sunday morning. Tonight into Sunday morning, more pop-up showers are in the forecast. We're seeing some of this activity spread towards the east with the scattered thunderstorms. Currently, we're under a flood watch over the western end of the state. As we take a closer look at the first alert 7-day forecast, we will start seeing clearing after about 11 o'clock in the morning, and we will be seeing a beautiful Sunday afternoon, but a 50% chance of showers, mainly seeing all the activity during the morning. And then another round. We'll have some of this moisture that's been lingering over the ocean as the winds shift again. Some of that will be pushing back towards the islands on Monday for hit or miss showers. Some lingering showers into Tuesday. See northeast winds at 10 to 20, and then the trade winds continue to build in out of the east northeast on Wednesday into Thursday before we say goodbye to the trade winds Friday into Saturday. But very active on this first alert weather day. On the first alert radar, you could actually see a line of thunderstorms that will be approaching parts of Maui County tonight, and just north of the island, still a lot of thunderstorm activity too. But as far as the intensity of what we saw this morning, we'll likely be seeing that wind down, but you can see how powerful water can be, picking up 2,000 to 6,000 pounds. In fact, 1 foot can pick up cars, 2 feet can move SUVs and heavy trucks. So very, very serious situation when you're on the roadways when all of this flash flooding happens. This morning, let's take a closer look at the rapidly rising streams that we face. Alarming rates of 2 to 8 inches per hour. You could actually see Moanalua Stream was the highest reading since keeping records there 15 years. That's when the Moanalua Stream gauge was installed. Record flood levels there. Overwhelming amounts over the Waiahole gauge in a couple of minutes, just a few minutes, 1.31 inches. And then seeing those rainfall rates exceed 8 inches per hour there this morning. As far as rainfall totals, astounding. Near the H3 and Like, we got 22 inches of rain. Moanalua Ridge, about 21.84 inches of rain. Moanalua Valley, quite a contrast. You can see 3.33 inches of rain, and then jumping over Mauka of Dole Plantation, about 18 inches of rain. We're still seeing a very heavy rainfall rates, especially over the Koolau Mountains, about 1 to 2 inches per hour, a possibility into the evening. So some pockets of heavy rain. And as you can see, these mountains are fairly tall, about 25 to 2,600 feet, and it acts like a dam. When it comes to these showers that were anchored, we saw wave after wave of thunderstorms redeveloping and firing up this morning. I'm sure you heard the rumble of the thunder, and then it anchors itself over the mountains, and you see all that runoff coming our way over places like the H3 and of course Kamehameha Highway. As we take a closer look from 3:30 to about 2:15, we had flash flood warnings. The mountains played a big role with orographic lifting and acting like a dam, keeping all that moisture there and the runoff too. Overwhelming rates like we're talking about, at times exceeding 8 inches per hour. What's happening? We have an upper level disturbance that's sitting right on top of the islands. That's providing very cold air aloft. As it does, it creates some of those thunderstorms that we're seeing. This is going to be in place throughout the night, but then slowly drift a little bit more towards the north. So still showers over the mountains into the night. We're starting to see some things really back down on Kauai, but still seeing some heavy rainfall rates, especially near the waters there with thunderstorms in the forecast. And you could continue to see this activity drifting towards the eastern end of the state, especially over Maui County. Molokai, you're hearing some rumbling right now over Halava. You can see Kihei, a thunderstorm there, and even over the West Maui Mountains. You see on and off showers over the mountains of Hawaii Island, not as intense when it comes to rainfall rates, but they will be getting snow on the summits, low visibility, icy conditions. A winter weather advisory is up. Summits above 11,000 feet, expecting a dusting to 2 inches. Let's walk through the first alert Futurecast radar. Here we are right now. You can actually see that moisture still very much present significant. By the time we get into Sunday at about 2:30 in the morning, still seeing some isolated pockets that will be anchored to part of the mountain range, maybe over the West Maui Mountains, some heavy rain there, Windward Maui, and then Sunday at 7 o'clock, still seeing some activity. It's not until 10 o'clock the intensity really backs down, and then you could actually see by noontime, we'll maybe even see pockets of sunshine, and then you can actually see another round though coming our way. This moisture that will be hanging out over the ocean as those winds shift, I was talking about on Monday, will be pushing towards the islands again. And then we'll see some of that lingering moisture into the afternoon. So really dynamic weather forecast. We'll see heavy rainfall rates at times that could bring us more rain in the bucket, maybe a couple inches we're talking about. On north-facing shores, 1 to 3, west-facing shores 0 to 2, 1 to 3 on townside, and 3 to 5 on east-facing shores. Very busy 7-day forecast like we reviewed earlier, but a few more days in red, and then cruising as we go into Wednesday and Thursday as the trade winds build and much more stable air mass. Winds will be switching out of the southeast. As we look ahead into next weekend, looks like beautiful beach days and maybe hiking days, but until then, keep an eye on the sky and download our interactive radar. Wishing you a very safe weekend.